Okay, as you can see here, I am actually going to attempt to do a 2v2, doing a commentary on a 2 versus 2 game. I've never done this before. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep things straight enough, so bear with me as this goes on. Anyways, first of all, this is Savior here in purple, representing CJ. This is the third of the best of 5 set, so if CJ wins this match, actually, they take the whole set, having Quanro and C.Jai or C.Jy showing some incredible Zerg skills off, beating the first 2 games. This is Mania, or Memory. I'm going to call him Memory, I think, because he's been going by Memory lately, but if I lapse into calling him Mania, then sorry about that. This here, the blue Zerg, is Lake, and then that's representing SKT, and then the teal Terran is going to be Shudder. Shudder, having been in the one of those Star Leagues recently. Lake, by the way, I mean, you don't see him very much in the Star Leagues, but he's a regular in the SKT ones 2v2s. Savior, obviously, usually a solo guy, and he's teamed up with Mania, who's also usually a solo guy, but both of them doing a 2v2. Part of the reason why I decided to do a 2v2, by the way, is I've been noticing lately that, I mean, 2v2s have been really important lately in the Pro League. If you look at the stats for the standings for the Pro League, the ratio of the number of 2v2s that have been won almost match exactly the standings of the Pro League. Basically, the top teams in Pro League are nearly undefeated in their 2v2s, and the bottom teams have not won any 2v2s, or very few of them. So 2v2s they're really becoming important. Well, not, I shouldn't say becoming. They are important, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to kind of do one of these, because especially this season, I think it's very apparent how the 2v2s are really making a difference in the standings there. And we've been seeing a lot of teams put their, sorry, this is Savior here again, Purple Zerg. I'm saying it half for my own edification. This is Lake over here, so I can keep things straight. This would be, that was, okay, here's Shudder, and the white Terran is Memory. Okay, so yeah, you saw that a lot of teams were putting in their newbies. Oh, okay, interesting. Mania, Memory, getting a proxy factor over there in the corner. That's going to be interesting in a minute. Yeah, a lot of the Pro League teams were putting in their new players early on in the season, and then a couple teams that should have been doing better, like NBC and Samsung, they started losing a lot, and they're like, oh crap, we better put in our good players after all. And NBC responded by putting Bisu, their top player, in their 2v2 spot, and they've been owning pretty badly, except for their last game. But Bisu and I forgot who Bisu's usually with, Saint, have been owning their 2v2s for the most part. So yeah, so that proxy factor is going to come in, be sort of interesting here. They're showing some first-person views. Okay, now it's back to overview mode. Sorry about that. So yeah, okay, wow. Who is it? Is this in the? No, that's in his base. Okay, I'm already having trouble keeping things straight. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so here we see. Every time I figure out what name I'm supposed to be talking about, they switch players. So that is sorry, that is Memory that's getting that proxy factory. Shudder, however, has those 2 factories in his base, and he's actually getting a starport there. Okay, Memory actually getting 2 starports as well, so we could be seeing some air here, some air battles going on. Both Zerg players going for their quick spires. Both Lake and Savior going for quick spires. So we're going to see a lot of stuff in the air here, and it looked like both the Terran players were kind of blocking their doors as well to keep anything major from happening. Okay, wow, so that proxy factory not seen, and a couple of vultures, Memory's vultures, getting in there and taking out some SCVs. Right now, Shudder doesn't have anything in his base to stop these vultures. Finally brings back a couple vultures of his own. And a Goliath pops out there too, so he's going to be able to kill those vultures off, but not before Memory does a lot of damage with those vultures. He took out several SCVs there, and we see Lake getting a spore colony there, which is smart because he's not going to have a lot of stuff in the air, especially now that there's wraiths coming into play. Savior, however, does not have any spore colonies. He's just gonna he's gonna depend on scourges basically. His spire is in, so those wraiths go in there, but oh, I'm sorry, those were actually Memory's wraiths going in there. Scourges passing the night there. Both players kind of going around in circles there. So yeah, Savior coming out with some mutilisks now. Both players having those scourges and kind of matching scourges. Uh-oh, that dropship could be in trouble. Okay, finally, okay, Lake brings in his own Air Force and is able to fend off from that dropship. That dropship is in danger going all the way over there. But it looks like he is going to get some kind of a drop in. And it looks like Goliath... Oh, only one Goliath got out before the dropship went down. So that was absolutely brutal against Shudder there, losing probably 3 Goliaths inside that dropship. That was actually really costly. And Scourge is chasing Savior's mutilisks around. It looks like he's going to lose a couple more mutilisks to those Scourges before he gets away, since he does not have any spore colonies to run to protect him from those Scourges. He's going to have to try and micro around. And he does, I think, micro that last Scourge away. But, wow, okay, so both players, both sides losing a little bit there. It looks like the reason why he got that starport is for dropships, not for wraiths. In the meantime, wow, okay, I'm not sure if our Memory is getting cloaked wraiths or not. It probably wouldn't be too advisable in this kind of game. There's a lot of overlords around, so it wouldn't be able to accomplish too much with cloaked wraiths, I don't think. He's probably just getting dropships there for some reason. No, he did get cloaked wraiths. I spoke a little too soon. Yeah, so, I mean, but it is going to turn out pretty well if he can maneuver those around the overlords well. His overlords are not speed upgraded yet. However, on their side, they do have those Goliaths, so the Goliaths are going to be able to do really well against the mutilisks that are running around trying to harass him. If anything happens on the ground, though, Shudder is going to get messed up. Shudder right here in teal is going to get messed up because those Goliaths are not going to be nearly as good against ground forces as... Wow, okay, so Savior going in there and running around with his mutilisks. Actually, wow, Shudder has a Valkyrie out, so Savior getting chased back away from that base there. Both players having a substantial air force, keeping Shudder kind of pinned back there, but he's able to hold them off fairly well. He hasn't really lost a lot there from those air force attacks. He was able to, I mean, he lost some SCVs in the beginning due to those vultures, but he's been able to recover a little bit there. Savior, it looked like, I couldn't tell if he lost some of those mutilisks or not, but they were under fire for a while, so he probably did take some losses there. And so yeah, so those Goliaths are now going to be able to also protect against Scourges for SKT1's side. Sorry, I totally had a brain fart there. It looks like, wow, oh, okay, never mind. I'm totally on crack. I thought that was the middle. I thought they had taken the middle, but they didn't in fact take the middle. The middle would be really difficult to take in this kind of a game. I've seen it happen kind of once where someone tried to take the middle, not as a spawn point, but Savior, not as a resource point, but just as just to hold against air basically, so medic rings in the middle.